So let's talk about you as a person. Where did you come from, and where did your journey into science start before you became the founder and CEO of Deorbit?
Well, it started long time ago when I was 5 years old. So, as probably many kids, I wanted to become an astronaut. And I remember very well when it happened because I was with my uncle in the mountain and I was looking at the star. And I said, I mean, what are those lights? And my uncle explained in a very scientific way what the star is. And I remember that I didn't understand, one thing of what he told me. So, but I remember that I do thought, okay, I want to go to space and check out what the stars are. So, and then from that point, I start planning my life in order to get to space.
Mm,
So, like science school, high school with major in science, then space engineering,
mm.
few masters in technical subjects like robotics, IT, and then PhD in advanced space propulsion. So a lot of
Mm.
let's say STEM in my life.
Absolutely. When you wanted to be an astronaut, was there a certain mission that you wanted to do, or was it really just getting up there to see what's there?
Yeah, so my goal was really to go. I mean, yeah, to experiment space. And I mean, I grew up with science fiction, right? So
Mm,
I read. So I think the first book that I read when I start, like reading, it was a 1400 pages of a science fiction book on a like famous series here in Europe of science fiction books. And
mm.
so I said, wow, this is really the future. So I want to be there, and I
Yeah.
want to help building that future.
That's so great to hear. I mean, I started with science fiction as well. Star Trek, that was the one that really, I think, jump started me, and even things like Back to the Future. So, science fiction, I think, helps start the seeds to get people interested to actually figure out how to do something like that. So that's great. So with Deorbit, what is the company? I guess let's do that. Let's do a quick review from you of what Deorbit is and what your mission is there with the company, how it started.
Yeah, so the orbit has been created to create the first space logistics infrastructure. So they say the original thought was I mean, space is going to become a very important piece of our existence as a society, as human society. If we think about ourselves and we project ourselves in, I don't know, 500 years in the future, it's likely to think that we will be traveling space, having colonies, and
Hmm.
moving from planet to planet. So I said, okay, if in 500 years we will be there, it means that we will start the roadmap to get there sooner or later. So why not now? But in order to do that, we are still missing an infrastructure that enable us to get there. And I believe the logistics infrastructure is what is missing. Uh, we take logistics for granted on Earth, but you think about even, if you like, who produce pens needs
Hmm.
someone to pick up the pens at the factory, bring them to the distributor, and then to the local shop in which you can buy a pen for a reasonable amount of money.
Right.
In space at the moment we are not there yet. So the original
Hmm.
idea was to create this infrastructure, and of course, then you need the market because companies
Right.
apparently need to make money and pay salaries at the end of the month.
Yep.
So you need to find customers and markets. So what we did, instead of saying, okay, let's go straightforward into the final vision of space logistics infrastructure, let's try to understand what's happening in the market. What are the markets that are appearing, and let's
Right.
make sure that whatever we do today, it's good for customers that are existing today, but also a good piece of what we will need tomorrow. And this is why
Yeah.
we started with space debris and then moving satellites into space. Now we are transporting satellites in another locations in space, and next there will be the in-orbit servicing.